What's up, Tech the Titans 2.0? What's up, Solid Steppers? This is Miss Ward coming to you. I'm leaving a place called, I think it's Brownstown, something like that. And just got some gas. I just helped out this couple. They were trying to find their way to social circle. They kept asking me where I-75 was. Helped them with the little ways, helped them out. Nice couple, enjoying retirement. They just left Mexico Beach. So, hey, I feel it. You earn it. Enjoy your life. But anyway, what I want to talk about today, we need to talk about the importance of understanding that you don't need validation, you don't need applause, and you damn sure don't need approval. What you need is execution, you need focus, and you need discipline. I want to talk about that today because like I said, something I learned in 2024, the more you make, the quieter you get. Because then you got to learn how to make it and keep it. And I feel like you got to learn how to roll your money and resources into things that work harder than you. So let's talk about the importance of execution. Now, in life and in business, you want to focus on consistent execution. I know people be like, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to do. I don't know. Let me tell y'all something. First of all, sit still. Sit still and just cut the noise. Cut out all the noise and the distractions around you. And not only will it come to you, it will guide you to the right teachers, the right books, the right fields. It really does. I think a lot of times people think that you're going to find what works for you and it's going to just snap. You're going to be like, oh, I got it. I'm good. Oh, this is it. Let me tell you something. Whenever you get into any field or anything that you want to do, you're going to eventually get bored. Once what's the word I'm looking for? Once you feel like you have conquered all the issues, the problems, the this, the that, you're going to get bored. And that's when it gets dangerous because everything you've been working for, you can lose it all because of distractions and because of lack of patience. Like prime example, there's some things I was getting ready to do and make some moves. And then I started to think about my resources and my money and how I was going to spend it and the mature way to spend it. You know, how would the 100-year-old me look at what the choices I made today? And the reason I'm looking like that is because I'm one of those people. I realize that nobody's coming to save you and that you got to make the decisions with everything you have. Now, some things I have to go and do additional research on it because I may not feel like I have enough information to make a decision that's comfortable. And every decision ain't going to be comfortable. And the reason I'm saying this is because at the end of the day, you got to look at your level of execution in everything you do. Let's look at your diet. Are you executing in the proper way consistently every day? Every day I get up, I weigh myself, and it's a ritual. I get up, I get on the scale, I put wherever I am on the scale, and I'm watching my weight, whether it's fluctuating, what's going on, am I going in the direction I need to go? And I'll think about, okay, how many cookies did I have yesterday? Am I paying for this 3 days later? That type of thing. You know, what am I ingesting? When am I eating? Am I intermittent? What's my eating window? Like, what am I, at all times I'm thinking about what do I need to consume in order to get to my target weight with as little effort just by changing some small habits. And this is why you always hear me talk about atomic habits. I do this in everything I do because I understand that I can be mercurial. I know me. And I know I'm the kind of person I can eat the same thing every day. Literally. I can do the same thing. Long as there's order, I can do it. Time I get out of order, it's a whole nother animal. You know? It's a whole different situation. And when you understand you, and this is why you got to take the time to get there. You can't blame your lack of success on nobody but you. Are you focused long enough? Are you executing consistently? And are you documenting those levels of execution? Meaning, are you really paying attention to how you're executing what is the outcome of that execution? See, a lot of times, like when I first got in my business, I used to be so busy I couldn't keep up with nothing. And then I realized I'm being busy and I'm making more money when I'm less busy than when I'm busy, because stuff is falling through the crack. See, look, that's what I'm talking about, execution. Execute on your numbers. Execute looking at your numbers. Executing how much time is it taking you to get to this number. Look at all that. And if you don't, and that's when you have to slow down. Like I hear people talk about they slow. All of me and my team, we like, okay, we steady. We good with that. And if we got to ramp up because we get busy, fine. But we don't want to lose money because we ramped up. We're going to make sure that whatever we do, we will turn down stuff to make sure we stay consistent. Because, at the end of the day, you can't get that back. You can't get your time back. You can't get those poor choices and opportunity to do it again back. I'm telling you. Sometimes you got to take an L and learn, and then double and triple up on the next one to make up for the L. It's that real. And that's why consistent execution to see the proper results so you can make the best decisions. Then that goes to focus. The reason why you need focus is how you going to execute if you don't focus. And your focus can easily be thrown off. Like, for instance, we all got little things we like. I ain't going to get into that, but you know what? If you know, you know. And I stay away from my kryptonite. Because, boy, look at here. Y'all wouldn't even see me. You feel me? Because just like I work hard, I play even harder. But I'm smart enough to play in the right circles, in the right environment, so I ain't got no comeback. You feel me? But that focus is real. And if it's important enough to you, you will focus on it. And the last thing is discipline. All these things you cannot do if you don't have discipline. And discipline is so important in business and in life, because you want a certain body, you got to be disciplined. Like, it's one of my students from back in the day, Jared. He's in the gym every day. It is a thing that he does. It's part of his mental. It is a lifestyle. This dude, I have watched him grow from a young man to a grown man, making grown decisions, having grown folk relationships. And I love it because I've seen him, but I also watched him read books. I watched him work out in the gym every day. I watched him take his nutrition seriously. I watched everything this young man has done, and I'm very, very proud of him. And the consistency is there. Does he run into issues? Yes, we all do. Roadblocks, but guess what? He don't cry about it. He man up, figure it out, take responsibility, and move on. It's that simple. The problem is most people do not want to take responsibility and then make the decision. Say, okay, I made a mistake. Like, prime example, I remember I bought a vehicle specifically for the business. And I didn't do the research I should have done because, the vehicle's great, no issues, but it had some things I was aware of, so I was prepared for them. But what I wasn't prepared for was the fact that the mileage I put on the vehicle, because I do roughly probably 80 to 100,000 a year, but it converts into close to $500,000. So I can't complain, but there's a price you pay for that. And see, people don't understand, like in my business, the first year, 6 months in, 4 months in, I made 122,000 part-time. Then the following year I went full-time. I jumped to like 250. Then after that I hovered around 300, 350. And now I'm going, this year the goal is to go north of $500,000. Last year, maybe 403. You know what I'm saying? But the reason I'm saying this is because, and this is me by myself. Now, people, do not lose your mind, because I have contracts, I have structure in place. It ain't what you think it is. This is work, and this is something I built. And all the people I work with, they hit the wall in the beginning because they can't believe it. And then they be like, oh, snap, I did these steps, now I'm trying to manage it. And then they got to manage the growth and the fallout that comes with success that you have never had before, and now you got to figure it out. And so this is what I tell people about the fact everybody's not supposed to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody can deal with it. Not everybody can deal with the fallout. Not everybody can deal with having success and then being run with it, and then losing the momentum of the success and then having to build it back up. See, that all does a mental strain on you. How do I know? Because, I've been around long enough in life and business to know the ups and downs that come with it. See, in the beginning, when I got into the game, into appliance repair, I bought every tools I still ain't touched to this day. But I did not want to not have the tools. The part I missed was, you can have the tools, but do you really know how to use the tools? Do you know when to pull them out? Do you know how to charge properly for the tools to pay for themselves? Like, all this is part of that game. But I'm one of them people, I never, from training to everything else, I got to know, I got to be in the mix, because I do not ever want to be in a position where I have hurt myself because I'm ignorant to the fact. And I done been there. Look, even today, I learn every day, and that's what I tell people. The thing I love about appliance repair, and every day there is some drama. And when I say drama, I mean there's something that's going to force you to learn and to understand not only how they work and how the new technology, AI and control boards and sensors work together. Let me tell you something. Appliance repair, the basics have not changed. What has changed is how they get the end results. So when you have a computer, and I'm just going to go on this real quick, and it's telling the dishwasher, okay, I need you to drain 3 times before you start to fill with water. We're draining because we don't want to overflow or flood anything just in case there's water in it. Now, some of them have sensors that will detect the water, and the leaks and things of that nature. Like, all of them basically have it now, in most cases, except for the low end. They have what's called leak detection sensors, and then they got float sensors. Like, it is what it is. But what I'm saying is that at one point the mechanical side had mastered this. The key was, and the learning curve was, when the pin boards came out and the circuit boards came out, and they had to work out the kinks. So they had to put sensors in place to tell it X, Y, and Z. After step 1, after we drain for a minute, then we're going to start to fill with water. And when you understand the steps, and then if it's got a pre-wash option, it's going to turn on the circulation pump, and boom. Then we got water going through washing the dishes for the first cycle. Then you got another cycle. And then you got different, some of them run for 3 hours and 13 minutes. Some go down to 33 minutes. You follow me? Then you got your rinse cycles that go from 17 to 25 minutes. Why am I saying this? This is all computer controlled now. And so you got to understand how those sensors communicate. And if a sensor is compromised, what results will it give? It may tell you one thing, but if you don't know how to troubleshoot, and that's with everything, from cars to everything else. Like, you guys will see videos of me working, because on my downtime, I work on cars. I work on my cars. Because for me, it's therapy. It's just like I work in my garden. The things I do to keep me clear, and those are my areas that I think, and I come up with other ideas. You gotta have a hobby. You gotta have something to do. You gotta have something to do. And the reason I'm saying this all folds into why you gotta have focus, discipline, and execution in everything you do. Like me, I'm getting on the road today because I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I should have been on the road yesterday, but I wanted to finish some projects I had at my home, because I know I'm not going to have these projects in the back of my head distracting me off what I do. And that's what I mean about knowing yourself. See, I'm one of those people, I need to clean the slate so I can focus on the next task, because I understand that subconsciously I'm not fully present. I want to be fully present so I can go get my bag flawlessly and get the hell on. You feel me? And get back to my life. And then, because every week, my goal is to buy some land every week. This year, that's my goal. Every year, I don't care how small a lot is or whatever. What are you talking about? What people don't understand is that's beyond money in the bank. You got to know how to play this game. You got to know how to win. That's my personal thing I want to do. Every week I want to buy a piece of land. And there's always a piece of land I can buy for the low because I do the research. I take the time. And why do I do that? Because it's just like me buying stock every week. Because that's all investing in assets. Those are my choices. You know, if I buy land, I got little no headache if I do the proper research and I'm stacking it in the vault. When I'm buying stocks that I know are going to be profitable regardless of what's happening on with the recession, if I'm buying ETFs, same thing. At the end of the day, that's called self-education. And in a perfect world, I would love to get on this options game with Diamond Dave because, David the retail trader, let me put respect on that name. But what I'm trying to explain to y'all, you are elevated as high as the people you hang around. You follow me? And some of y'all don't have people to hang around, so you get you some people that you can follow who inspire you. You watch their habits. You take the good and leave the other stuff with them. Understand what I'm saying? There's always an opportunity to excel. There's always an opportunity to push to the next level. But if you are not constantly investing in yourself, executing, focusing, and have discipline, you're not going to make it. A lot of y'all in situations because of who are you around, who you wake up next to. I'm just saying, sleeping with the enemy, and you letting that sleep you out of your destiny. You lulling you to sleep, that comfort zone. A lot of y'all got that extra pudge. We in America. Go find you some fresh fruit. Go find you some whole food. Find some, because when you start living and moving a certain way, everything gets clear. Stuff that used to bother you don't even bother you. Not only did it roll off your back, you didn't even see it because it was that irrelevant. I need you to understand the importance of discipline, execution, and focus. I'm not going to stop saying that. Discipline, execution, and focus. Discipline, execution, and focus. If you can just lock them three down, you have a spiritual practice. And I personally feel like everyone should have one. Because if you think it's you, that's a whole situation. You need to have something that centers you. You need to be accountable. And you need to have the roadmap. And until you get some structure and discipline, you should be writing down 10 things before you go to bed that you want to accomplish the next day. A, B, and C. You should wake up the next morning, review that, tweak it if you need to, and do what you need to do. Because y'all don't understand, as human beings, we will drift, we will wander. You are not astute enough to get up with all that in your head and execute and not miss something. Ask me how I know. I ran my life from my head for many years. And when I was younger in college, I used to have a whole chart on the wall. I had all this stuff documented. I had big posters. I had affirmations, everything I needed to stay consistently successful, you know? And then I got grown and forgot about it. You know, at the end of the day, you gotta go back to what you know and that works. And you need to be at a point in your life that no matter what the people are saying to you, no matter what how the crowd is moving, you need to be able to stand on business for what's best for you and your family and not even think about it. Don't even question it. You follow me? With that said, y'all, remember, execution, discipline, and focus. I don't care how you get it, but get it. Solid steppers keep stepping. Take the Titans 2.0. See you at the top. Let's get it.